the back of the vehicle.
I was in an understanding that a proportion valve would maintain the back.
Well, here's the thing. If we have like a truck that's got all the weight in the front and no weight in the back, if we apply the same amount of pressure to the front and the back tires are going to skid. Why? Because they got no weight on them, right? So the back tires are going to lock up and the front tires are not. On the other hand, if we get the proportioning valve set up too hard, the back brakes will never apply. I know what was happening on that Cadillac. Because after all, they apply all the pressure to the front brakes, the back brakes basically never apply. That's why most cars with a proportioning valve, trucks and big cars, are going to have what's called a height sensing.
So his height sensing valve could have been adjusted or maybe a little bit too high that his brakes were never okay.
Well,
but
here's the question they're going to ask you on the ASE, I believe. They're going to say, if I lower this vehicle, is it going to screw up your proportioning valve? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these proportioning valves, I mean, you saw where it was on that Cadillac, but on a truck, it'll be like here. It'll come out here with an arm and come down here to like the pumpkin. Yeah?
Yes.
So what happens is, as this truck gets loaded more, the distance between here and here changes, and this lever, actually it's going to have something that goes like that, I guess. That's going to be a pivot right there. Yeah?
Yeah.
So that's a height sensing proportioning valve. And the height sensing proportioning valves works the way it does because of the relationship between how far the bed of the truck goes down when it is loaded. Yeah? When this is loaded much more, we can put a lot more braking force because the tire's not going to lock up. The problem is, like in a truck, if it's empty, it's got all the weight, probably 90% of the weight in the front and maybe 10% of the weight in the back. Which is why, let's think about this, which is why, what do trucks tend to do when they're empty? Big trucks.
They'll lock up on you.
And then what? They tend to jackknife. Now you know what jackknife? Well, here's a jackknife right here.
To the side.
Here's a jackknife right here. They call it a jackknife. I'm talking about big trucks, big rigs. That's a jackknife, right? Because what happens is, when the trailer's empty and the truck brakes, well, all the weight is here. This trailer is empty, and what it does is it just starts to skid. And if you turn that truck at all, this trailer comes like this. That's why they call it a jackknife truck. Yes? That's why ABS was such an important advance when it comes to big trucks. Yes?
But the big trucks don't have anti-lock brakes.
It has like air system. It's all the brakes are always applied.
No, they have analog brakes now.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what you gotta watch out for. You can't go to this, ancient history stuff.
So the brakes aren't always applied?
The brakes are naturally applied.
Because of the what? The springs in there, no?
Yeah.
And then the air what? Separates them?
And then the air releases the brakes.
Yeah.
I'll give you a ride home tonight if I won't get killed.
No, I'm right here. Oh no, I'm in class. No, I'm busy with him.